This is probably the most generic name I've ever heard for a movie, just like Rise of the Guardians. But don't let this generic name influence your perception of the movie in The New Kids. Starring James Spader as the leader of a sadistic gang, and also Lori Lawton, pre Full House and pre test taking scandal. So, yeah. So, two kids move to Florida to live with their uncle because Tom Atkins, who plays their father, died in a car accident along with their mother. So, what do we get? We get what's known as Funland, Santa's Funland. And these kids are putting in the honest effort, going to school and helping their Uncle Charlie try to process, develop, and get everything going on to help construct and complete this amusement park. But lo and behold, there are some people who are just bored. It's when you see it, you're just like, okay, so we get a gang of five. We get a guy with long hair and glasses. We get Spader and three other people. So what's going on here is pretty much privilege, like the Reaganomics economy of just being privileged versus hard work and honesty. That was like the big central theme going on here, and just I guess just boredom. So obviously, for a while, it's like you have kind of the hey, we got. It's like you have the bullies going on. You have the saying, "Hey, I'm not asking." She's like, and one of the cronies was asking Laura to be like, "Hey, you're gonna take me." I was like, "No, I don't want to. I'm not asking you." Well, you can kind of tell what goes on. There's some mischief. There's like a 1960s car that gets scratched and everything, and some laughing at and graffiti. Small time vandal. I mean, it's still vandalism, but it's peanuts compared to what happens later. So, as I was watching it for roughly the first, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, I'm like, okay, so we have some stuff going on, but not a lot, which is fine. It's fine. You're here just to see, and I'm like, okay, so what makes it so good? Well, it's what goes on. It's like the sibling bond that makes it work well. It's like that you can tell that she can like what the brother does. He's trying to help. He's trying to help protect his sister and saying like, yeah, these guys are just a bunch of a holes and everything else, and just what he's trying to do to help survive. Like building a roller coaster and everything else. But then about like yeah, when things get interesting is when they start training a dog to react to blood. So they get a rope. They get like a chicken that was beheaded, and they stick the chicken's like blood on there, so that way the dog can actually grab onto the rope and be trained to get used to the smell of blood, which would probably make a lot of phlebotomists very upset. So then what happens is it just goes into full chaos mode as shotguns. Shotguns get involved. And with these firearms comes just absolute carnage. I mean, even the dog gets freaking shot. It's obviously off screen, of course, so you don't feel bad, but it's a savage dog. I mean, yeah, and then what follows is just the revenge. So it's the first half, it's getting to know the characters, seeing their bond and everything else, and the douchebag that Spader portrays. It's like he takes the siblings' money and everything, and then the brother exacts his revenge, like coming up into the bedroom and kind of like saying, "Now you're going to give me the effing money." But and then so what follows is an interesting kind of funny scene. But yeah, you're here to get to the climax of the amusement park. I'm like, so what is this like? What is this Beast from 20,000 Fathoms? Absolutely not. But so instead we have the five pieces of blue whale shit come in and go around terrorists because they're looking for Lori, just whatever her character's name is. So one of them gets on top of like the one that kind of tumbles around is in a cage, goes to the top, has a great view. There's a guy on a roller coaster or a Ferris wheel or something like that. So the amount of lookout and preparation is just Absol is pretty good. This is where I think the film shines in the second half. So we get some interesting shots. I like the way how the director said, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, I don't want to say dumb or anything, but I guess it's just the dichotomy of a place where you're supposed to have fun, but a whole lot of carnage is going to incur. There's no like special long takes or like uh, camera tricks or anything. It's like you have the placement of the characters, you have the way how they're going to work, you have some jump cuts and everything else, but it's worth it for the end just to see all the blood and viscera that just gets spilled of just these gaseous blue whale shitbags getting what they deserve. And I know I'm swearing when I say that, but they 100% deserve it. So it's worth it to see them get their comeuppance. Very specifically, in the ending, you get a Hall of Mirrors. This is right out of what was that? Enter the Dragon. Yes, the Bruce Lee movie in the Hall of Mirrors. It was a nice tribute. It even has a theme very similar to it. So maybe some martial arts movies took some influence. I don't know. And then we get one guy who, like, as there's some roller coaster cars coming, guy's head gets stuck right on the rail as it comes. Mother effer gets decapitated. So yeah, it's well deserved justice. Any theme is pretty good. You got Stand Up, which is performed by, I forgot by who opened for like a bunch of like the hair metal band from the 1980s, which I found pretty cool. So yeah, it's definitely a 1980s bully movie. It's labeled as a horror. No, it's more of a thriller. I would say, it's like, yeah, it does get a little scary, but it's not like you're gonna go and put on like an actual scary movie. So yeah, it's definitely the revenge porn that works so well. Um, Off screen, James Spader is known for his politeness. It's an OCD, so he likes to be in control of a situation, but he's not a jerk about it. And lives a low key life. So yeah, he plays all the villains and dicks, but he himself is actually low key and lives a private life. So that's pretty dang cool. So yeah. All that being said, I was like, you got all that. You have like the family bonding, you have it all going on. It's like it's a 1980s style movie. You know exactly what you're getting with the new kids, which is 3 out of 4 stars because of the ending, because of the climax. Yeah.